Welcome to the Chat Box. I'm Emily Regalado, and this is my co-host,
Hannah Algie.
Let's dive into the wonderful world of books. So, Hannah, I have yet to read this week's book. Can you tell me a little bit about it? What's the name? What's it about?
Yeah, so this week we are talking about the book Ready or Not. I just finished it 2 days ago, and it's a new release. It just came out. Basically, the main character, Eve, gets pregnant from a one-night stand, and it kind of follows her journey trying to juggle not being with the father. And then also throughout the book, there's a slow burn friend to lovers romance with one of her childhood friends. So it also follows their relationship and how they're handling that with her being pregnant with a different guy's kid.
Is this other guy, is he ever reintroduced, or is he just a one night stand and that's it? Is he brought back?
No, he is brought back because he's the baby's father, so he's brought back a lot, and we get to know more about him, and he is struggling with her being pregnant a lot, so she's kind of up in the air throughout the whole book about what his role is going to be once the baby is born. So he's definitely in the picture though. We definitely see him.
But it's not a love triangle between.
No, not at all. They're not really they don't really ever have feelings for each other past
Obviously that night.
The
okay.
one night stand. Yeah. So basically the whole character dynamic is Eve and Shep. Shep is her childhood best friend. So they are kind of the friends to lovers plot of the story, and then Ethan is the baby's dad. So Ethan, like I said, is struggling with it, so we see a little bit of him, and then Eve's best friend is Willa, and she doesn't initially take it very well because she's been trying to get pregnant with her husband for a long time, so we also kind of see how their relationship pans out since Willa's kind of not taking it that well.
Okay, so we have friendship.
We got a lot of plots going on.
So we have friendships and romance and internal drama.
Yes.
Would you call it a drama?
Yeah, it's not really it's very realistic. In my opinion, I think it's really realistic, and there's nothing really that I'm oh, that wouldn't actually happen in the real world. So that's what I really liked about it. But
Any
yeah,
cons
there's a lot
about it?
Yeah, my least favorite thing was how it ended. I liked how it ended. I just wished it didn't end so abruptly. I felt everything got resolved and then it was just over, rather than kind of I wish there was a prologue or something that flashed into the future maybe, or something that just didn't end it so soon.
Okay, maybe she'll come out with an extended version.
Hopefully there's an
extended it's new,
version.
Right? It's
yeah, or a second one, that'd be great. But yeah, it's new. It just came out, I think, a month ago. So, yeah, it's newer.
If you had to rate it, what would you rate it?
I would give it 5 stars. I loved it. There was never a part in the book where I was what is happening? I don't really like this. I loved it. I didn't really find anything bad about it. It felt really authentic, and it was really funny, and rather than feeling you're reading about a character, it kind of felt like you were friends with the character.
Okay.
So it was kind of felt like you were on FaceTime with the characters rather than just you're reading about their lives, which I really liked. So it was definitely one of my favorites.
People will definitely have to check it out.
Yeah, it's so good. Definitely read it if you like that kind of stuff.
So I think we'll move on into our highlight series. So the surprise series this week is The Selection.
Yeah, so I've never read it. Can you tell us a little bit about it, Emily?
So usually we'll have the stack of books, but this was during my era of online reading. So basically, so the plots of the book is basically, it's a fantasy world, dystopian vibes, very much Hunger Games, where the prince is coming of age and needs to find a bride. So he has this game called The Selection, where one girl from each town or city is brought into the castle, and it's a competition to win the prince's heart.
Okay.
And the main character, America Singer, she does not want to be a part of this. She has a romance with someone back home, but she's brought into this competition, and she's has to win basically to help her family survive. So very much Hunger Games.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So does it follow her throughout the whole series?
So the first 3 books, which is A Selection, the Elite and the One follow her,
Okay.
and then the last two books, The Heir and the Crown, follow her daughter.
Okay, cool.
So it's super
Interesting.
cool.
Okay. So what was your rating and what was your favorite thing, least favorite thing about the book?
So my rating would give it like a 4 for like the whole overall series because it was very easy to read and keep up with. And again, like your book, it didn't feel like confusing. You were really like drawn into the characters.
Yeah, it probably helped that it's young adult. So it's
Right.
an
So
easier
it is a
read.
young adult book,
Yeah.
which I thought was a pro, but also a con because if you're older, like how like I'm already in my 20s, I
Yeah.
feel like I couldn't relate that much with like the diction that was used and it felt kind of young.
Yeah.
So for sure, that was a con for me because some of like the words that were used were very like I would say babyish.
Yeah.
But the plot overall is so cute. Like I think it's like so wholesome and it's like I said, like a princess fairy tale meets Hunger Games. So I really liked it.
Nice. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it. What was your rating? Stars.
So like I said, it would be
For the
4
you said
for the
that.
whole
4
series.
stars for the whole series.
And
okay.
but if I had to pick a favorite book, it would definitely be The One, which is
Okay.
like right kind of like in the middle of the series. And it's when the competition gets narrowed down and he has to end up picking who his bride is going to be.
Nice. Okay. Well, I'm glad we got to talk about that. Maybe I'll have to read it. We'll see.
Yeah, I totally would recommend reading it. And I have to buy the hard copies because they're just so pretty.
They're very pretty.
But that's it for this week's edition of the book club. We'll leave you to your reading. I'm Emily Regalado.
And I'm Hannah Algie. We'll see you next time on the chat box.